After 30 years of collecting Beatles records and 20 years traveling all around the world, I developed a habit. I have to visit a record store in every new town and in every new country that I visit, and I have to bring back home a souvenir. And that souvenir has to be a Beatles record, a local market pressed Beatles record. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 25 unique compilations from all around the world. Hello my Beatles friends, welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about some collections, compilations by the Beatles from all around the world. We're going to be talking about the local compilation albums that were sold solely in different countries. We're not going to be talking about the classic official compilations like Oldies but Goldies, the Red and Blue, Rock and Roll, Love Songs, and so on, Past Masters. Those compilations I have already ranked in my other video, and the link to that video will be in the description section below and somewhere up here. Just click on it. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about the compilations that were released specifically in countries and were sold only in a local market. And you couldn't buy it in your record store if you live on the other continent. You see how many records I have in my collection. This is only part of it. So I have chosen 25 compilations that I would like to talk about, and I will be going country by country. I'm going to be talking about the rarity, how is it easy or hard to get, and the approximate value. Okay, so the first compilation that I would like to talk about comes from Soviet Union, the country that no longer exists, but it was pressed in Georgia, in my home country. And this is the compilation that was sold only in Soviet Union, and this is the hybrid of 3 albums. Please Please Me with the Beatles and Beatles for Sale. They skipped the Hard Day's Night because the Hard Day's Night was released separately. It's a nice compilation, and it's funny because the songs are from 63 and 64, but the picture is from 1968 White Album. The title is A Taste of Honey, the song that is a cover. This album is very easy to get. You can buy it in every country, but I have to say that it's a very good sounding record. Compilation number 2. This one comes from East Germany, GDR, the East Berlin. It's on the label called Amiga. Now this one is a short version of the regular Blue album that we know. Boring cover, nothing serious about it. Next compilation, 20 Greatest Hits. This one can be found on both the Apple label or Green Odeon label. This is 80s collection of 20 golden hits, and the cover can be identified either by Apple here or a sticker of Odeon here. Starts from She Loves You all the way down to Let It Be, all the standard songs. Not really a rarity. Another compilation, this one is from Israel. This is the Israeli 80s pressing of Beatles ballads, and it's on Portrait label. Nice to have, a little souvenir, like I said. For every country that I go, I buy a souvenir. I also have Japanese, I have German, and this compilation was released in several countries. Next one, from Germany, a very overlooked compilation, simply called The Beatles. It's not really rare or valuable or anything like that, and it contains only songs from 1963 and 64, She Loves You, Thank You Girl, down to Please Mr. Postman. In fact, there are no songs from 64, only 63. So this is the compilation of songs from Please Please Me down to With the Beatles with some singles on Electrola label. Also is very easy to get. Once again, I like when it happens, the picture of 1967 with the songs from 1963, and also we have a picture here from the stage 1963, and we have here 1969. So it's a very interesting compilation, song-wise and picture-wise, and this is a book club edition. The next compilation is very interesting. We have the same picture, but in different frame, and it's a different track listing. We also have the same track listing with this Dutch compilation. And we have the same German. Now, if you don't know the history of this album, you might think that it's the same. But no, one is only for German market, one is only for Netherlands market, and the other one is a German compilation pressed as an export for Switzerland. First of all, let's talk about the Dutch one. It's a very interesting cover as well, from once again Penny Lane Strawberry Fields cover. But the songs are here varying from 8 days a week to Dr. Robert. So it's 1964 to 1966. And it's on Black Parlophone label. But if you look at these albums, the cover is absolutely identical from front and the back. And if you look at the label also looks almost identical, almost the same. But the only thing that you have to notice is on the left side we have the catalog number H052, which is a normal German press, but the Switzerland export has H052/3, and this one is a rarity. Next one, we're going to Latin America. This is a Brazilian pressing. It's called Beatles Forever. Very beautiful cover. I love this cover. I bought this album in Belgium actually, but it's a Brazilian press, and I bought it specifically for the cover because I love this cover. The songs are Day Tripper, Yes It Is, Down to Blue Jay Way. So it's 65 to 67. And this is a Brazilian press, and this is the back. It says here Brasileira. So it's a beautiful compilation, and it's not really a rarity, but I haven't found another copy since. And this is a same compilation, same track listing, but different cover and different label. This one is from Spain. And I have to admit that artwork here is way much better. It's a very beautiful artwork. Oh. Very beautiful artwork. Once again, Day Tripper, Down to Blue Jay Way. Next one, we're going to South Africa. We have here the Big Beat of Beatles. Now, I haven't seen this compilation before or since I bought it. And I bought it in Den Bosch from South African seller. And I like that there is an original UK inner sleeve, and the record looks like golden Parlophone label, but it's on silver black Parlophone, and it's in a stunningly VG Plus condition. This is the cover, this is the back. We have flips here, and it says here South Africa, manufactured by EMI South Africa. This is, I would say, almost a rarity, because to find this one in such a good condition, it's not easy. Now we're going back to East Germany again. In East Germany, while the Beatles were still a band, in 1965 was released only one compilation, and it's this one. The Beatles Amiga on a green cover. This is the back. And the songs are from She Loves You down to Please Mr. Postman, some few songs from Hard Day's Night, Please Please Me, and so on. And this is the label. This is the only compilation that was released in the 60s while Beatles were still a band in East Germany. This one is a rarity, and it's very difficult to find in this condition. Now, in early 80s, the same album was reissued on Blue Amiga label with a full picture, and this one is relatively cheap and very common and very easy to get. Now here comes the most common and very easy and simplest compilation from Germany, which is called The Beatles' Greatest. Now I have two versions and I have to explain why. One is very common and very cheap, and the other one is almost difficult to find. And the secret lies in the back cover. You have to see here this picture. This is from 1965 Rubber Soul era picture, and this one is a very common. You will find it in every record store, and it's very easy to get. I mean, this is not a rarity at all. But if you look on the back side of this one, we actually have a different picture. Now this one is difficult to get. This one is a rarity. I've seen this record only maybe 2 or 3 times, not more than that. I'm not saying that it's a rarity, I'm not saying that it's difficult to get. Maybe I was just not so lucky, but I've seen only this twice, and one was in the trash condition, and this is the only that I could get in that beautiful condition. Now, the same album was issued in every country, in many countries. The thing is that every country issued this one with a different cover. And we're going back to Israel again, and we have this one released with this cover, with a unique Israeli-only cover. And what's interesting that it's a back cover is even more interesting. Also in Israel it was released in different variations on Apple, on Parlophone and on Portrait. And the same compilation was released before all the others. This is the first pressing from Germany, and this is on White Red Odeon label with this beautiful cover, but plain white back cover. This is the same compilation with just different artwork and different labels. Now we're going to Italy. This is the compilation made in Italy. And although it looks live album, it's not. But it's a very beautiful champagne cover on the back. And this beautiful gatefold. This is an Italian only pressing. And I think it was also released in other countries with the same artwork, but this one actually is Italian press. And I bought this one solely for the cover, because I wanted to have this champagne cover. Also in Israel, this champagne cover was released, but it's relatively difficult to get. It's a rarity, and there are many counterfeits. And you can identify the Israeli counterfeit by looking at George Harrison's head in this area, and there is a piece of his hair and his head is missing. If you find it missing, it's a fake. If you find Israeli with this cover and George's head is complete, then it's a real deal. Now we're going back in the past. We have 2 compilations from Czechoslovakia, a former country that Czechia and Slovakia made up together. Now there are 2 separate independent countries. This is 62 to 65 on Supraphone, and this is orange label. And these are the back, the pictures from 65 from the Help movie. And the songs are from Love Me Do to Ticket to Ride. Laminated, beautiful cover. And another one. The same pictures as from the previous picture, but we have here newspaper, and it's called Expedice Rock and Roll. Now this one is only covers. The Beatles songs that are covers. There is not even one song written by Lennon McCartney. So they did a nice work. They released this one with Lennon McCartney songs and this one with covers. 2 beautiful, nice items, but not really rarities. Next one, we go down to Australia and Thailand. We have here the Greatest Hits Volume 1 and Greatest Hits Volume 2, both pressed on yellow Parlophone label. So this is the back, beautiful picture. And it says here Singapore, Malaysia and Hong Kong. but I know that it was also sold in Australia. And here we have part 2 with a little bit boring back cover, and the songs are A Hard Day's Night down to Day Tripper, so it's 1964 to 65. 2 beautiful compilations, nice to have in a collection. Now we go to Turkey. This is a greatest hits compilation from Turkey, and I actually have 2 copies of the same album. This is the front and this is the back. There is also a cover with a misprint. The same track listing is printed again on the picture. So this is a very unique cover, and it's a Turkish cover. And the songs are Please Please Me down to With Little Help from My Friends. So the cover makes sense. And this is on Black Label. I haven't seen this compilation before, and I bought it in Netherlands, in Den Bosch. Why I bought 2 same albums? Don't ask. Please don't. Now we're going to the Far East. This is Japanese, the Beatles Beat. Now this one also was released in Germany, but this is a Japanese press. And this one comes with beautiful black label, and it comes with a booklet, and this is the beautiful back cover. I also have Beatles Beat, the German one, but I decided to show you this one as a Japanese press. Next one, we're back to Germany. This is SR International label pressed compilation, which is called And Now the Beatles, Odeon. This is the beautiful cover on the beach, and this is the back. And Now the Beatles. And I have to admit that it's a relatively common compilation here in Germany, but unfortunately I haven't seen this one anywhere abroad. So it's a German only compilation. Next one, another German compilation, which is called Beatles Golden Greatest Hits. A boring front cover, a late Odeon light green label. But what is interesting that it has here this nice, beautiful picture. But it's a relatively boring artwork. It begins from Twist and Shout and, attention, Obladi Oblada. Then we have Ticket to Ride, Let It Be. Then we have Payback Writer, Penny Lane. Day Tripper, All It Is Love. Then we have Lady Madonna, Yesterday, Help. Then we have We Can Work It Out, Hey Jude. And then we have Sgt. Pepper, With Little Help from My Friends, and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Very strange choice of songs. And I have to say that this one is my least favorite compilation. And now we are getting to 4 most unique and rare compilations that I promised. And we are starting from this one. This is a Beatles Odeon Club Edition. This one is a rarity. This one might cost you up to 4-digit number, and I'm not joking. And this is the bag, and it's very easy to mix it with a counterfeit. And it comes on this export kind of looking orange label. This album was also reissued on a different label, which is called Phonoring, and it has this beautiful looking red cover, which I do not have in my collection. But this one is equally rare as this one. Next one. This German, another book club with this giant beautiful Beatles logo and Beatles on a chair. This one is considered a chair cover, and this one comes on the red label, and this one is also considered to be a rarity here in Germany, and it's relatively difficult to get. It's a beautiful laminated cover, and this is another book club. Next one, we're going to France, and this is famous horse cover compilation. Now this is, as you can see, is a first pressing because the lettering is also almost transparent. The lettering, when it's dark green, you know that it's a second press. And this is French only compilation with a beautiful cover with the flips and beautiful pictures here on the back. And it comes on this dark Odeon label. By this dark Odeon label, you know that it's a first press. The second one is a lighter Odeon label. Beautiful French compilation. Now, I'm not gonna even try to pronounce the title of it. And two more to go. This is called Eskimo cover. This is from Denmark. And this is known to be pressed only 3,000 copies maybe. And it was sold solely on Denmark. And it's a very, very rare item to get. This is on black Parlophone label. And this is the beautiful back. And my cover is something around VG plus VG. And the record is also VG plus VG. So I have to say that I was really lucky to find this one. And this one is a real rarity. And most rare item today. I mean, the item that took me a lot of effort to get. And we are talking about the Israeli only compilation, which is called The First and the Best of the Beatles. Now, the first is correct, but it's not the best. Although we have here pictures from Penny Lane, this is a pre-Beatles early stuff. It's the most bizarre compilation, but it's the rarest one, and it's the most unique one on Polydor. This is by far the hardest one to get in the original version and in this condition. This is a monster rare. And in my ranking, I put this one as a rarity number 1. This was my trip all around the world. And as a bonus, I would like to show you 3 more albums from Latin America, from Mexico, and from Japan, which are unique and specific for those countries, but they are UK track listing of the standard album. And first of all, this one is from Peru. And this is Hard Day's Night and the unique cover from Peru. This is very difficult to get at the first pressing. And this is a black Odeon label. And it's the hardest one to get. Really rarity. Another album. This is from Colombia. This is a Hard Day's Night Volume 4. And this is the unique cover for the Latin America. There is also Mexico, and I think it was Argentina that used that cover, but this is a unique for Latin market. And by far most interesting pressing, this is Japanese Please Please Me, and it has this beautiful cover. I don't know why, but I really love this album. I really love this cover. But it's a Please Please Me, it's a regular album. It's a Please Please Me on Apple. It's a very beautiful cover. And what's interesting, that's the back. And it's a gatefold. And in the gatefold, you have this booklet, which makes this cover very unique. And here we have those pictures. But what's funny is that those pictures are the back pictures of a Hard Day's Night album. So it's another confusion. But still, it's one of the most beautifully made Beatles albums. So that was it. That was my trip all around the world with 25 plus some bonus compilations from all over the world. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And I also hope that you like this video, that you're gonna subscribe to my channel and like and put a like. All right? Yeah, thanks. Waiting for your comments. Which compilation do you think I missed? And which compilation do you think I need to get from my collection? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.